Greetings and salutations, group. This is Little Falcon. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. If you are reaching me now, this is a coffee talk, and we're going to do some free readings. I want to say a good morning to Jillian. I'm sorry you've been struggling. She says she's feeling a little better, which is awesome. I want to also say hello to all the three groups as we open up today's Thursday session. And let me tell you, I'm going to start to light the stage because I've been really feeling the Lionsgate portal energy. So that actually opened up, I believe it was like the 28th or the 29th of July. And that's a heavy, heavy Leo energy, you guys. It's like all over the place, making a lot of things seem heavy, activating a lot of people. We've been dealing with a level of drama. It's been kind of insane in one weird way because it's like we feel at times we're achieving some consistency and then life's like, nope. So we're lighting the sage, and what we're focusing on today is letting go of any of this heavy energy. We're accepting and trying to understand our place in everything and know that, all right, Mother Nature, Wakantaka, the Great Spirit, there's a purpose behind it. We want to be part of that rhythm. So today my focus is trying to be mindful, to recoup or get in the rhythm, and today's particular crystals and things that I've chosen, talk about that too. So let's start off with our smudge. A good morning to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. This smudge is for you. Humbly ask that Spirit steps down Wakantaka, the universe, and gives us cleansing, clarity, starts off our day, ends off our day, midday, wherever it is in the world for you. And let's let this burn. And as it burns, know that we're letting go and releasing of any tension right now. We're putting ourselves in a good space. We want to spend some good time together. I'm so happy again to be able to be so accessible to everybody. I've entered this really excellent season of my life. That does not mean, folks, there's not challenges. There's always challenges. So what I do with them, and you can see as I've been unfolding everything, I do manifesting rituals. I manifest on the daily. I've devoted my life to following, first of all, morally what I think is right with people around me, as well as now my big thing, and I'm going to go off on this and do posts and so on and so forth about boundaries. So what boundaries really mean, because you can say that boundaries stuff all the time, and I feel like I'm using that one all the time without backing it up with something harder, which means, okay guys, boundaries mean you're actually going to follow through with the things you say, number one. Number two, when people challenge your boundaries, you have to reinforce them. Three, occasionally you have to change your boundaries because you realize you either need to tighten them or loosen them. There is a flexibility, but it's called personal control of our time, who we allow in it, and it's sincere accountability within ourselves as to saying, okay, you're crossing my boundary. It doesn't mean to flip out. And a big hello to Al and Ram Man. Good morning for joining on Twitch. We are doing our coffee talk. We're burning sage and setting the stage for some readings. I'm just relaying what I've been experiencing with boundaries, and I'm setting our little group up for success because I feel we're all getting challenged with this Lionsgate portal, Leo, heavy energy to face oneself, to understand our place in the universe and the power of 8, which always takes me to the idea of infinity, which to address this, I feel we're all spiritual beings having a human experience. So with that, as usual, today's live stream is brought to you by the power of coffee. Stay wild, moon children. I think that these are excellent group events because you guys make this magical. Without you, your support, like, following, sharing, and participation, there would be nothing here. So thank you so much. For those of you just joining me, and that I'll address you in a minute, Jillian. our little group, what we're trying to do here is continually grow and listen to one another. I have several things going on here. First of all, we have this group, we have Twitch, we have YouTube, and we also have some private groups and a subscription service on Facebook. Not going into all of that right now. What we're doing is trying to understand, as we're setting the stage, to have boundaries, follow through with them. And like I said, I'm sincerely trying in my own life so I can bring to you my experiences. And yeah, life is a constantly ever evolving thing. So I've been doing this professionally for over 20 years behind the scenes. I would do calls and chats, and I have basically built this since about 2013, but the last couple of years I've been called to physical, live service. So if you are new to me, what we do here is we humbly treat each other nicely. There's no demands made. We don't judge. There's no dark spell work or revenge, and mediumship is something that we touch in a private session. If you want a reading and you're interested, please let me know. So Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, let me know. You won't see each other, guys, so this gets a little complicated, but I will let you know who I'm addressing. So as we open up today's forum, I was feeling this really heavy sense of that Lionsgate energy. I have been leveling up, which means with every spiritual download, the universe goes, hey, you know what? We're absolutely going to challenge you now. So in that vein, understand that we are all trying to, I would say, be mindful of what we want, and we're trying to manifest things and know that when we bring them to life, the universe steps in and says, yeah, I see you're doing this. It's time to be challenged. I wanted to pause for just a minute. On Facebook, Jillian has asked me what Wakantanka was. So that is a kind of catch-all Native American phrase for God, the universe, and I've been using it for quite a while. I am part Choctaw, Cherokee, and I'm believing Chickasaw, but I am my family's on the Dawes Rolls for Cherokee, and I'm working towards my own tribal membership, but we solidly believe that it isn't about the way that the white man has done that, so we're going to go off on that another time. But yes, Wakantanka is a kind of catchphrase, like not like a catch-all, like meaning like a lot of different tribes are using that right now. Like each group has their own words for things. So I am very interested in those pertaining to my own tribe, but I just have felt very compelled to go on a spiritual journey, and we're doing it together. So as I learn new things, I'll be sharing them. So thank you for asking that, Jillian, so people can understand what that's about. I also call upon the universe, my ancestors to yours, because I'm not the type of person, because I wasn't raised a Christian, to necessarily define that for me or you or anyone. So like I use all kinds of phrases to let everybody know, hey, I'm inclusive. However you feel there is, I believe we have a collective consciousness. There's an energy among us we all share. I want to respect your energy and time. Hey, Boneless25 from Twitch. Thank you so much. I'm Little Falcon. If you don't follow me already, you might want to if you're interested in our group. We're a group of empaths, caregivers, healers, people who like readings, astrology. We have all kinds of things going on here. I'm also a part-time ghost hunter, but that's been a whole lifetime thing since I was a kid. And I'm going to open up Supernatural Visions with Little Falcon again this fall. And we're going to dedicate time talking about ghost hunting and all my experiences, or at least some of them. So backing up a bit, I was talking about our goals as a group and what we're trying to achieve. And I just really wanted to get back into the stones of the day so we can be mindful and move on. So if any of you want a free reading, here's your time. Let me know in the comments. I do see usually that we have between all three groups, 8 to 10 to 15 requests. So I suggest you get your requests in now. I will start a list. It's going to be first come, first serve today. If you're enjoying today's broadcast and you are on Facebook, please like, follow, share. We do have a subscriber watching today. That is Jillian. It is only $10. You get one private reading a month with me, full private reading. You get 2 private readings with me in our private group, which basically we have a group for, and we'll do either face-to-face like this, we'll do chat. Plus you get exclusive access to trying out brand new products monthly from me for free, as well as, guys, we're going to do 50% off of all services all month long, as well as I'm going to try to add in prizes. We're gaining members, which is so exciting. That is going to be a big time saver for people. So if you enjoy what I do here and you're thinking, yeah, I'm interested, it's hard to attend all my live events. I tend to do daytime events, guys. So I'm putting it out there for everybody. Hey, Devin and yes, I will put you there. So we have a list forming. We have our first reading on the list, and this is Devin and this is on Facebook. So if you're watching me on Twitch or YouTube, know that you can let me put you on that list if you want it. So I'm going to start off with you, Devin Ann. Thank you again for attending. So, guys, we have been trying to maximize our time. So, I've been going live a lot more. Tomorrow I'll be going live again at 11 a.m. Central Time, as well as Saturday I have a special event. So, Saturday morning, 11 o'clock Central Time, I'm going to try to get as many people in our groups together. If we get a good amount of people, I will give away several prizes. Now, that means group participation. That means liking, following, sharing if possible. So if you are watching me on YouTube or Twitch, just make sure you follow me so you can participate. I also have a PayPal virtual tip jar link that if you guys are interested in, you could also tip me through PayPal. The Facebook stars thing is kind of cool because it lets our, Facebook know that I am relevant, we are active, and really they're just a small contribution to help keep these sessions going. So I appreciate everybody. Let's see who we have here on the list. Oh, you're number 1, Devin Ann. You are our first reading of the day. You got in today. This is Pooja, and Pooja, she has been very patient, okay? She has been repeatedly coming back, and at times, if you disappear and get out of line, it's like you're gone. So let's do our crystals. So today I felt the need for some clarity. I wanted to drop my ego, and I wanted to be able to address my feelings in the most realist way possible. And that is like a continual challenge for empaths. So when I do what I do my best not to absorb things and try to look at things in a more logical way, even as I see the emotion. I know that sounds complicated, guys, but I think I'm getting really good at it. After all these years, 20 plus years, you would think I would get there, but life is a practice, and I think mindfulness is so a topic right now that's trending. So let's talk about where I'm going with this. And what I've done here, guys, is this is still it's an expensive thing to get, so I have it in a very raw form. This is some blue malachite. It's like as your, and it's really beautiful. And it is calming, and it helps you with several chakras. I believe it's the heart and the throat chakra, but I'm learning still about all that, guys. But basically, this is the idea, too, that we don't want to be jealous of other people. Or, okay, this is the other side, unhappy in our current situation. So focus on the idea that we need to stay positive in our current situation. Okay, it's so important. And I get this because I too am sometimes just in shock and awe. And you'll see my posts. When I say that my life has been kind of crazy, I'm not sugarcoating. But in the other way, I would be, first of all, super bored. And I think life is for everybody, not, what would you call this? Just like a Hallmark special, So in that vein, when times get tough, you need to go to the tiger's eye, because it's just, for me, the strength and the reminder that I am strong through my will, through doing what I needed to do, being the person I need to be, being good. You guys, it goes with our idea that when we take ego out of it, we know we have a purpose in life and we don't want to do harm. And usually our purpose, hopefully, is to spread good things, joy for ourselves as well. And lastly, just to chill me out, and it's like a sunshiny feel, We have our yellow calcite. And the reason I pulled this one out is it has been gray here today, and it's humid. I mean, my hair is just taking a hit. I'm just not even going to lie, guys. So everyone's been complimenting it, and I appreciate that. And you really want to know the trick to it? I just gave up. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I don't straighten it anymore. I don't pull it back as much. And it's been awesome, because really people are like, oh, it looks good. And I'm like, okay. The key is to literally not give a crap. So guys, I'm going to give you the best advice about life. And this is where we're going. We're going to start our first reading is, you got to let it go, to feel comfortable in your own skin is important. And that's kind of where I'm at. And it was partially because too, I'm just really, I don't care. It is what it is. I'm going to be a frizzball mess. But once I embraced it and I kind of changed my hair routine, you just let go of ego again, and then suddenly you're joyous and happy for just the reason to be alive. And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, you know what? Being joyous and happy to be alive looks a lot better on me than trying so hard to do something I don't even know what sometimes. And I think a lot of ladies can understand me when I tell you, because you're just, and I'm over it, Yeah, I'll do what I want to do, but it looks good on me, and I was shocked. So let's pull up Pooja. Please step on down, girl. And so Jillian on Facebook just said, I'm a therapist. Oh, well, thank you for that. And hey, Mina, you are next, by the way. So Mina on Facebook is now our second reading. Woohoo. So, yeah, okay. Since I was a kid, I'm just going to address her comment real quick as we get up the cards for Pooja. That I've always been kind of like that. Everybody has always wanted to tell me their stuff. I used to listen to, say, for example, my mother talk about her life as a child, and it made me understand compassion for people who had suffered. And there's this whole intriguing angle to being a therapist that I just love. I mean, it's just that in the end, my calling was so mixed up with my intuition, with, however you want to call it. I see stuff kind of talks to me. There's all these different things, and they've labeled them, all these cool names, clairaudient, clairescent, all those things, clairvoyance. And those are things that literally, they're like a life calling. So yes, I'm sort of like an intuitive therapist. It is what it is. Thank you so much for recognizing that. That was probably one of my big callings. So awesome. Thank you. So on Twitch, I got a nod for using someone else's also favorite crystals. Thank you, L and Ram Man. I have an altar and several places full of crystals, and before I do my lives, I meditate and think, where's my focus today? What could we all use? And I was like, yep, here we go. So when I got my hands on all of them, so I'm going to throw out one for you, Ellen Rahman. What about Moldavite? Okay. Have you put your hands on Moldavite yet? So Moldavite, you guys, is I'm not there yet. Do you want to do all your shadow work? That's what that's really about. I'm working on shadow work right now. So when I get the vibe, I'm ready. I'm going to do it. And it's probably going to be before I relocate, because I'm relocating eventually out of the cold here in the next year or so. My goal is to probably move to New Mexico. It was Arizona. Things kind of changed here in the United States. Not even going to touch that. Robert Mirabel lives in New Mexico, and I'm going to fan geek for just 1 second about that when I'm done here with Pooja. So let me know if you want a reading, guys. I do see that Mina is asking about job opportunities. I will make a note of that so we can swiftly move on to the next one. So, all right, group, I need everybody to focus, all three groups. Thank you. Pooja has a question for you to focus on with me, okay, if you would. We want to know when Ashwini is going to call Pooja. So Pooja is wondering when he's going to call. So let's focus. I'm asking the Great Spirit, Wakantanka, the universe to open up for us, for her ancestors and mine to sit down. Thank you, group, for your focus. good shuffle. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your respect for Pooja right now. Here we go. Today we're going to do a 6-card easy spread right now. 3 cards down, and we have 3 cards challenge or obstacle, however you choose to view your life. Okay, so we do see this contact happening. Let's get into the timing. I'm not going to go overly crazy with each card, but I think it's significant for her to know he has been thinking about doing this contact. The Page of Cups for me usually is a kind message. And what's the challenge, guys? Well, she has been faced, Pooja, with the fact that he is not focusing on her at this moment. The Ace of Wands is usually business. Let's look in the current. He has been turning his focus towards you, and the contact is coming. The Knight of Cups is a real clear invitation to love. It's also the Lover card sometimes for me. But what is controlling the contact and the timing, which we're going to get to, because this is pretty straightforward, guys, is the Emperor. Now, there's a lot of different things the Emperor could be, guys, but in this particular case, this is the idea that he is once again being controlled by that Ace of Wands, representative of work, his career, and this is status, meaning he is very concerned about his own life, how he looks to other people, and that Emperor most likely is a boss, a person in his life who has highly influenced how he is performing, what he does, and his goals are. So to me, I'm thinking there's a lot behind why he has not been contacting you sooner, and we talked yesterday about this. I do believe this Ace of Cups here is letting you know within 1 month he will have contacted you, but I feel we've just talked about this. Now, I'm going to tell you guys straight out, when I give readings, this is spirit guided. It comes right through me. I barely remember them half the time, and it is so good we can record these because we'll go back and try to understand timeline changes. But today, and I want you to understand, with all of these type of readings we're doing, these are very much what Spirit wants you to know right now and to contemplate on. Usually they're to empower you. So we did see the contact coming. The interesting challenge or obstacle here, which the good cards, you guys, aren't usually challenges. They're letting you know another facet, and these are a major arcana cards like the Sun, for example, and the Emperor. They're not always against you, but they're letting you know another facet to the situation, like a diamond. And the Sun is actually very representative of his, I would say, goal behind this conversation. So, guys, it looks like he's coming back with the intent to have a romantic situation. So what we're going to do here for you is I'm inviting you back tomorrow, the next time you could come. Anytime, like I said, tomorrow, Saturday, and then I'll start up again on Monday. Sunday, we're going to have a day of rest and self-care. But what we're trying to do, guys, is we open up 1 question per group event, trying to give everyone a chance. And if you can keep notes, that'd be great. And then you can, like we said, it's kind of like putting puzzle pieces together. But again, expect that contact, Pooja, in about a month. So it could happen any time between now and then. It could be 48 hours from now. It's letting you know, though, it is a new beginning card, the Ace of Cups. So mind you, it is also representative of a new beginning coming. So with that Sun card, that lets me know he's, I believe, coming around to the idea also of a partnership and an understanding. There's a lot behind that. So we'll pause there. Like I was explaining, this is kind of like abbreviated, smaller sessions, so I appreciate your patience and understanding. You are all welcome to come back anytime. We're going to shift to our next reading, but first I did want to comment on what our Twitch, and this is really cool stuff. We're having a crystal conversation on Twitch here. So Alan Rahman said that, and I'm going to think it's a guy, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, because that's difficult, you guys, especially on Twitch, said that Moldavite was underneath their pillow every night. Well, you are a brave soul, and I appreciate that. And I'm going to, inquire here, and you can respond whenever you want. How does that affect you? Because for me, I'm believing that as I'm approaching shadow work and dealing with it and implementing crystals into my life, that it's part of the process to approach healing and self-understanding like, maybe cautiously. So I don't know how it's affected you, but I'm getting closer I'm going to lay my hands on some. Absolutely. But I know Spirit will tell me. It works. Thank you. And Al works. Yes. Excellent. Okay, Al. Woohoo. That's cool. Thank you. Although whatever you wanted was going to be fine with me. So Al was just talking about how, again, when we are, and this is cool, on the same page about crystals, I think that we can learn from each other. So let me know what you think about it, Al. If you thought that, is it all it's cracked up to be, because a lot of people have been hyping it. So anyway, a crystal chat for just a sec. So just to let you know, I have other decks out today, guys. We have our Rumi Oracle, which we're going to focus on today. Yesterday we brought out our Sacred Forest Oracle because I was feeling a real natural theme. And you guys know I'm always nature-oriented, but the Rumi Oracle, we're trying to get to these one senses of compassion, love, and understanding. And the Rumi cards by Alana Fairchild are really neat. I mean, really, they bring me down a good notch. They're really calming. They have a really nice effect on the group. So I'm going to bring those out. We've already had our Rider Waite. I'm going to also bring out today, but we're going to do very limited energy on these because they are a drain, and they're not a bad drain, but these are the Akashic Tarot. So when we open up the Akashic Tarot, we're talking about a lot of higher energy, and it always brings our vibrations way up. So we'll be using them limited. So let's pull up our next person. And if anyone else wants a reading, this is the time we're making the list. A big shout out to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I so appreciate your support, your likes, your shares, your comments. And I want to make a special shout out to Twitch because you guys are so kind. I've had such a good time. I've learned stuff, and the spiritual community there is really interesting. Like, I was not expecting it to be like that. I was like, this is so cool. And I genuinely mean that because I'm always down with new experiences. I don't want to get stagnated. I want to stay fresh. And yeah, I'm 48, but like these things are amazing. What I wouldn't have killed when I started doing this, you guys, to have this kind of access to everybody. But I will say this, everything in good time. The older I've gotten, the more I have to offer y'all. So, and yes, occasionally I use different accents. I am in Chicagoland. Okay, so you guys can say some people say I have an accent. It depends on how I'm talking. So, it's up to you. It's fine. Make fun of me. I make fun of me. And so now Al is mentioned on Twitch. Oh, wait, hold on really quick. Hi, Tribulator. Thank you so much for joining us on Twitch. We are triple streaming today, so do understand, guys, you won't see everybody. I do see that we have a request for a reading. I'm going to write your name down. And we have one more reading just before you. So if you would like to stick around, we are going to get there. I'm just trying to keep up with the comments here. Okay, Al talked about two things. So let's back up. This is awesome really quick. And thank you, Jillian, for following me on Twitch. I did see that. So Al said that he carried a piece of moldavite around in his pocket and you got used to it. I get that. That's a good idea. You acclimated. And then he said he got a bigger piece and put it under his pillow. And then mentioned the big kicker. He's a Scorpio. Oh, I get it. You Scorpios deal with a lot of big things. The most stubborn people on the planet. I gave birth to 2 Scorpios. And they have surrounded me. And I have a grandson who's a Scorpio. And look, they're the greatest. You guys are the most devoted people, the most loyal people. But when you get something in your mind, nobody's going to stop it. Ain't nobody going to stop it. Plus, Scorpios tend to take a huge burden on themselves. So I would say to you, working on your shadow work is probably really helpful because I know for me that has been amazing help. So I like your idea and your thinking, taking off little bits at a time and getting used to it. So I'm a Pisces, y'all. So if you couldn't tell. I mean, I fit some of the stereotypical, except I'm not, what would we call this, melancholy. I don't enjoy being unhappy. I am sentimental, dreamy, all that stuff, but I've learned to tamp it down and control it because I want to be happy, not fake happy, but truly joyous, which means I do my shadow work, I'm dealing with it, so I'm going to do it what he said. So Al suggested some moldavite, like a small piece first to carry around. I agree with that. That's a great idea. And then I do want to work on the rest of the shadow work. It's just little bits at a time. I wanted to say a huge hello to Wat Lord, who just followed me on Twitch. Thank you so much. Just to let everyone know, we are triple streaming. I will do my best to get everyone's requests in. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you, guys. We're going to move on to our next reading so that we can get going. But I just wanted to honor Al's comments. That was so neat. I'm always down to learn. And that, the Moldavite thing has been truly interesting to unpack, for real. Today's vintage Tupperware cup is a beautiful green blue. You guys, this is literally from like the 1960s. Found it at the thrift store about 2 blocks from here. And since then, we have found other ones. They looked brand new, like no one's ever used them. So yes, we're retro, old school, drinking water because water is life and the coffee's giving me energy. So now let's move on to Mina at Facebook. So we can get this going. I don't want to lose everybody. I see some more people there. And hey, Wat Lord, thank you for saying hi. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pull out one of our decks and we're going to help Mina with her job opportunities, love, and anything good she says happening. So we're giving her a general. So what I would like to do, and yes, I do the Oracle card sometimes for general, but we're going to pull out the tried and true Rider-Waite deck. I do a plastic deck, you guys, because they last forever. It's amazing. No doubt if you guys like cards, the plastic coating and cardstock is incredible. Now I'd like to ask all the 3 groups to focus for Mina. We want to give her a good general to see what opportunities are coming and what Spirit has to say. We're asking the Great Spirit, Wakantanka, the universe, Mother Nature, and all of our ancestors to sit down at the table together now. If we can have some time, some energy. Thank you, group, for the focus. One more shuffle for Mina. Okay, guys, we're doing our 6-card spread. 3 down and 3 challenges or obstacles, however you choose to look at your life. So the practical situation in your life is you've recently been going through stuff, and this is the straight up version, and you found out truths about things in your life. This is good stuff that gives you the way to empower yourself to fix your problems, because the swords are representative of issues, angst. You've been challenged with this Queen of Swords. She's most likely a co-worker because it's showing here, and it could be like a mother figure. We're just going to be straight. That you're trying so hard in the current to follow the orthodox path, which means doing what's right, socially approved. You don't want to get extremely tripped up in that thought, but kindness needs to be your guide. And the challenge here, and I'm not seeing this as a challenge so much as a guide for you to continue to be kind. This Page of Cups in this capacity as well is also the idea of communication in a kind way. It can also be kids and stuff, guys, but we're not there in this type of a reading. I'm approaching everything. And so we're going to hit the 2 main topics of most people's life here in a second. Your future predictive cards are kind of like a wake-up call also again. It looks like you found out some stuff, and I think you need to let go of a burden. This is showing you're carrying like everything. The world's on your shoulders. You're feeling a sense of struggling. And yeah, if this card was straight up, guys, this 5 of Swords, she has fought, she has vanquished, and she won't be messed with. Go you. You have stood up for yourself. But in the future, you're going to have to remember, keep your eye out for a little bit of conflict, but don't live like everything is going to fall apart all the time. Try to find some daily joy, because it feels like these burdens are financial, spiritual, and personal. You feel very responsible for everyone and everything. And I dropped that card. We're going to get that here. This is important. So that's why I love live stuff, you guys. Like anything happens. The hummingbird comes to the window all the time during these sessions. So in short, your desire to do the right thing is so important because it is indeed your guidepost in life. But I want you to not miss the everyday joy as you're trying to work, because that practical concern we feel is twofold. When you don't want to hurt people's feelings in your regular life and you want to do the right thing, but guys, she's carrying a burden that is usually a work issue, something rather minor in this case, but it's often communication oriented when we see the communication cards here. So yeah, the readings get really complicated the way I break it down. I get my guided message and it just comes through me, as well as when we use the tarot to explain to you guys things, it gives you an idea of maybe people and characters, as well as, I'll tell you straight out, this Queen of Swords represents also a challenge to you as a woman to be able to say what needs to be said in a way which is accepted and truthful and maybe not hurtful, but very bold. But remember, the challenge for her, and this is the Queen of Swords who's in her life, mind you, maybe this is a mother figure or someone whom has challenged you and you don't want to be that person. Here's part of my vibe here. Guys, we tend to water ourselves down. So my big vibe here for you is in your love relationships, don't water yourself down this week, all personal relationships over the next week or two. The good things coming to you are personal peace, knowing you are doing the right thing. But peace comes to you also by accepting that you need to be kind to yourself, limit the amount of time you spend with people who create a negative vibe, and deal with your own self-image in a way that is creating self-confidence to be able to do and face all these challenges from work, because this is what a lot of this feels like. So again, your love relationships and people in your life, I really feel you're having to find this balance. So now we do get more specific, guys, when we ask specific questions. Spirit stops me usually at a point, is like, all right, that's the message, because in this forum we are truly trying to reach as many people as possible, and we've already gone like 40 minutes. So here she says, Mina, let's just get into her comments before we move on, just to let Twitch and YouTube know. She said that she's not working. So that is where that financial stress, burden, and worry is coming from, obviously. So part of your guided message was, first of all, not to worry. You've been doing what you're supposed to be, which probably means as well you're looking for a job. On the note of where most people are worried, and this is where the stress factor, I could just immediately feel it come up. You're being prompted by those particular cards to recognize that you are in the process of solving these things. So this can't be taking forever. So we'll put it in that perspective. Usually these things manifest themselves when we're doing like a quick general within 30 days. So hold on, Mina, okay? It's not over, okay? So I wanted to say a big hello to Tahitian, well, or Tatiana Desire, or Station. I'm just killing that username on Twitch. Thank you so much for joining us. I do see you want a reading. Thank you. I do see your question. You want to ask about occupation? Okay, hold on, guys. What we're doing here, I'm just checking on Tribular, because you're next. That's right. Or Tribulator. Goodness gracious. Okay, I wear bifocals since the 4th grade, so when I look like this occasionally, it just blurs. So we're making our list, and I wanted to give Mina a shout out for waiting and returning and participating. I really appreciate you, and thank you so much. So I really look forward to engaging with you another time. Guys, feel free to always come back. I believe now we're headed over to Twitch for the next 2 readings. Okay, guys, I am so excited. I love the new Twitch followers. And no offense, YouTube and Facebook, but some of you have been around a bit, and we're really trying to expand our family. So, okay, let's take a look here for the Tribulator about occupation. So I would like you to focus for a moment. I'm going to pull out the Akashic Tarot. We're going to throw something new out for you. It will address your practical concern, but because you've joined us today, it's going to give you a little spirit extra message, okay? So hold on for 1 second. I would like the group to focus. And if you would like a reading, let me know. We will be taking a break. I will still be streaming, in which I would like anyone who didn't think they were on the list and wanted to be on the list, let me know, and we'll do our best to honor your requests. If you enjoyed today, please like, follow, and share. If you're on Facebook, you could send stars. If you're feeling really sassy, you could check out my subscription service. For just $10 a month, you get a private full reading with me alone, call, text, whatever you want, as well as you get 2 other readings in our private forum. They're deeper readings than this. It's just you and me, as well as 50% off all my services. You get to try out all my products for free, as well as prizes are coming up. It is getting interesting. It is growing, and the more subscribers we have, the more free things I can give you guys. So once again, I just thought I'd throw that out there. I've been not trying to push it too hard, but it maximizes everybody's time. So I appreciate you guys listening, also Twitch and YouTube, to that. Hey, Princess 2. Princess A2, thank you for following and thank you for joining. And yes, I'm going to put you on the list. What Lord? You are also on the list. You are, okay, we're making a list. Hold on, guys. So if you're over on Facebook and YouTube, Twitch is blowing up right now. So I'm writing the list for Twitch. So this is how this is going to work, guys. I'm going to list the next group of people. I'm going to do 2 readings, and then I'm going to take a break. I'll still be going live Twitch. Don't go anywhere. If you want a reading, we'll reassess, and we will absolutely get your reading in. It's just going to take a moment. Twitch is awesome. I actually have really loved Twitch, Wat Lord. I'm surprised at the huge warm welcome I got from Twitch. Actually, it was a surprise. People have been telling me about Twitch for a minute, and I was like, me? Twitch? But no, it's been so fun. So thank you guys. I'm humbled and honored to be here. So we're pulling out the Akashic Tarot. Our list is as follows. We have the Tribulator, and then we have Tatiana Desire, and then we have Wat Lord, and then Princess. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm writing all this down, guys. Please bear with me. I'm trying so hard. Today's been a little struggle bussy because of the Lionsgate portal opening and peaking on the 8th. Guys, on the 8th, I'm going to do a Lionsgate portal event. We're going to be manifesting your wildest dreams times 10, because we already did a new moon manifesting in Leo. And we're going to do this Lionsgate portal stuff right this year. I've been following this stuff. So let's open this up. So group, would we focus for our friend? And you know what? If you would let me know, Tribulator, are you a guy or a girl? Or do you have a pronoun you would prefer? Is probably what I should be asking. Let me know, okay? You're a guy. Thank you, Tribulator. I kind of had that feeling, you know. Kind of made me think of, I'm old, the Terminator. So let's focus. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to ask the Great Spirit, Walking Tantra, the universe to open up for us. Thank you, group. I could feel us take it down a notch. We're going to focus about the choice of occupation. What should Tribulator pursue? I would like you to focus on that yourself, if you would, for me. It's good that we picked this particular deck. One more good shuffle using the Akashic Tarot, asking my ancestors and yours to step down at the table. Let's have a discussion, guys. Ooh, okay. So I'm putting down 3 first, and I'm intrigued, and we're going to basically put this together kind of like a puzzle. First of all, you had been wondering, this is the 8 of Scrolls, Paths Unknown. I love this. This is incredible. The 8 is also representative of the idea you understand you're part of the timeless divine energy of the universe, as if you've been tapping into knowledge and understanding You're like figuring yourself out, kind of looking at your place at things, and this shows the past in contemplation. So I think that you recently had your epiphany, kind of an understanding of oneself. You're still on the discovery like phase, but the last thing to have happened, I think this is kind of what you're feeling. This is the lightning bolt, the 8 of forces, which again, mind blown that we have another 8. This is so important, the 2 8s. This is where you've gotten the inspiration. It's like, it has hit you like a ton of bricks, as well as the fact, the energy factor here is where we're going next. And I'm really excited with this because I feel that you have kind of hit your higher purpose and understood where you belong. And I believe you're a helper, first of all, and possibly a healer and a giver, but your knowledge about what you need to do is shown here in one way as the Buddha prepares. It is number 13. It is not representative of anything that the number 13 would be when people are superstitious. There's nothing negative about this at all. It shows you right here in the preparatory phase, but you're a being of light. You know that you need to be mindful, and you know that you need to plan, prepare, and this is you, in my opinion, have made the choice about your career and moving forward with all the types of training you would need, as well as and we're going to get into that, idea that you have understood straight out what you need to be. We're going to throw down 3 more cards, and this is a different type of lay, okay? The spread I'm doing here is not what we were doing with the obstacles or challenges. These are revealing cards. You're taking a deep dive into self. The 6 of Scrolls here and the Sands of Time shows that you're going to be learning knowledge with this new career that's important. And I think that basically that is indicating that you're on a higher level career-oriented journey, as well as I want you to know the up in the air card shows it will be a challenge, and at times you will reflect and wonder. But this isn't up in the air as in terms of, oh, everything's up in the air. I believe this is you looking towards the divine again, turning towards knowledge and understanding on your journey, because this is basically what it is, guys. We see he's made a choice. There's the moving forward, as well as the personal recognition that, yeah, we're going to do the work. And so the answer card, your very last card, is the Archangel Raphael. So to me, that is everything from a doctor, a healer, a light worker. Some people will choose to be counselors, therapists, teachers, and you really do tend to see the energy and the truth about people. And so on the other level, good jobs would be for you as someone who is trying to, in short, coordinate people in a way, to be honest with you, that not only calms them but directs them with the idea here that you have a very calm knowledge and understanding about how to guide people. So, like, of course you'd be a great supervisor, okay? I mean, really, you seem to have the vision. The universe loves to joke with you, and you were thinking about MMA or military, that the Buddha. That's so hilarious. No offense, I'm laughing with you because you're the opposite, complete opposite. You don't know if theology. Okay, so let's talk about this. You've broken down your personality a little bit for us. You suck with people. Okay, what about energy? Because according to this, you're shown as an energy light worker, but, well, I will tell you, and this is where, for many, many years, you guys are going to laugh, I was super shy into my 20s, even though I could give readings. I have not been what people would call all the time a people person, but energy and knowledge, and frankly, at this point, you're talking about the military or MMA, you need to find an energy outlet. I mean, clearly. So when we were talking about this, the Buddha, yeah, you might need to calm down a little bit. You might need to focus that energy into something productive. Now, you asked me, though, about the military, and I'm going to address this, and I'm not trying to make fun either. I mean, absolutely, guys. This is nothing of me making light of it. I'm looking through this, seeing how, you have to take a moment and think about the motivations behind those careers and what you really want to accomplish. So, if you want to say be a military person and you want to protect people, okay, mind you, you seem to have the knowledge that people need to be protected. So, in this sort of sense, as we've looked at you, you've been thinking about how you could help people. Now, the MMA, that to me feels more like a hobby, okay? You need a good physical outlet. I understand people doing that, and I'm a more sensitive empath, and I don't do those things or approach it that way, but we need warriors. So, you know, sensitive warriors, and you're asking, is the knowledge real? Okay, I'm going to tell you my sense of this. Everyone has their own epiphanies and their own knowledge that's real, but when you sit and you meditate and you're becoming mindful with yourself, which this is a goal a lot of us are trying to achieve, you will find what speaks to you. And I literally have spirit and message come to me. I write it off and down because it's meant for me to say help people with. But when it applies to me personally too, and I sit and I think about it, that knowledge that's given to me that say nothing to do with anything and is completely spiritual, that comes from some other source. I didn't grow up believing in God. I wasn't raised in a super spiritual household, ironically, considering I'm a third generation reader. We are spiritual, but my mother went through a change in her life when I was in my 20s of getting into Buddhism. I'm going to throw that out there. You might want to have a little chat about that in your mind. Give it a shot. I'm just throwing it out there. Right, to protect people. Okay, I get that. See, and then he's brought up the idea of protecting people. So if this is your contribution to help people, I will say this to you. The self-discipline, that helps a ton of people. But self-discipline is something that comes from self. So mind you, don't wait until the military to work on self-discipline. My vibe is for you, you feel you could be an asset, better to society. Obviously, if you were more self-disciplined, don't wait. You know, we make excuses for ourselves. The word impossible to me means I'm possible. So if you want to be that military person, get into this now, become mindful. But know that the Buddha doesn't say that you shouldn't follow some sort of career path. The Buddha is wanting you to sit back and see how you can help. Okay? So that's intriguing to me if that's how you want to help. So guys, this is how readings work. We openly, honestly, candidly discuss things. Spirit and guided messages are just coming through me. I'm just a vessel. As well as when we're talking privately, guys, like we get deep. You know, this is like just very surface. Very, very surface. And when we're chatting and talking, well, that's like a whole different story. So mind you, take it today, Tribulator, what's said from me, take it with a grain of salt, throw out whatever you want. Heck, don't keep any of it. But know that the group here has welcomed you. We really hope that you get what you're looking for on your path, you know, and to help people is an honorable thing. We need honorable warriors. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, guys, we went down the rabbit hole for a minute. It's kind of what happens here. So thank you for your patience, understanding, and the use of the Akashic Tarot for your reading too. That's fun. So Twitch, you are on fire. You're the next up here. Let's get into this. So if you are still here, and hey, Island Queen on YouTube, I just wanted to let you know I did see you here. We are triple streaming today, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. We are going into almost being an hour streaming. I'm going to do one more reading and then we'll take a break. If you guys have enjoyed today and you are on Facebook, consider sending stars. And if you really are interested in my services, guys, I do private readings all the time, but I do have a cool subscription for just $10 on Facebook that can get you introduced to me. You'll get 3 readings a month, 1 private call, chat, video, and then 2 private on our private group, as well as 50% off all my regular services. You can try out all my new products for free, and we're going to do some prizes and events as this group is growing, and it is, and I'm humbled and honored. So thank you guys. Now, if you're joining me on YouTube and Twitch, I would like to offer you guys also prizes, so make sure you head out here Saturday. If you can, 11 a.m. Central Time, we're going to do a big group event, and if we get a lot of people, I'll give away a couple of prizes to anyone, okay? And so it's just going to be fun. So please follow if you're on those other venues. I appreciate you. Ooh, so thank you, Tatiana, for telling me you're a female. I appreciate that. Um, you're already disciplining. Excellent. Go you, Tribulator. I appreciate that. So, guys, um, it is important to recognize where you're at. So, thank you so much for, your comment. I'm sorry I missed it at first. And then he brought up a point that I do agree with on another level about the military. He mentioned that the military sends you where you want and not necessarily what's best, where they want rather. And I agree 100%. Okay? I come from a generation where my parents protested the Vietnam War because of, you know, their objections to the conflict itself. So I'm there with you 100%. But I'm not political with this. This is me trying to help guide people in a thinking process. So thank you so much for participating. I really appreciate the comments back. That is awesome. Thank you. And thank you. So Watt Lord has made some really nice comments of support to our new friend, which I would like to, of course, call friend Tribulator over there on Twitch, about being able to do this. And whatever your goal ends up being, we appreciate your time and energy. So let's have Tatiana step down. She's a female. What are you looking for today? Let's see here. Scrolling up a little bit, guys. Okay. She would like to know what Elle needed to tell her. Okay, so I just want to confirm, is that your question? So if you guys are on YouTube and Facebook, we're still over here on Twitch. I'm going to do the Rider-Waite Tarot for this one, and we're going to do a good 6 card. So please step on down. Tatiana's Desire. I love these Twitch names. After that, we're going to take a break. Watt Lord and Princess on Twitch, we're coming back to you. So if you guys are interested and do have time, you guys are on the list. I appreciate everyone's participation and the positive support to everybody. That is like so what we're about here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so she is ready. We want to know what Elle had to say to her. So let's focus, all right, group? We're going to ask Mother Nature, the Great Spirit, Wakataka, to open up. We would like to know what this individual had to say to her. One more good shuffle. Thank you, group, for your concentration. I feel it really go down there for a moment. So this particular individual wanted to talk about returning into the situation and the obstacles about that. And one of them is a personal life situation that is prohibiting him, and I believe this is a him, from moving forward. We're just going to use Elle anyway. So Elle is also currently involved in a situation where there's a lot of unknowns, and this is often representative of a possible relationship that they're in at the time. We're going to get back to that, okay? Elle is like not wanting to move forward. The Hanged Man is the sense that life is like a risk, and to move forward you have to be very calculating and careful. The Hanged Man is also the beginning more of a situation again. So to me, this feels with that 5, it's like they're returning from a situation. Maybe they've stepped back, first of all, that sort of thing, and then returning. And I'm intrigued with this. The statement was, this is why I've had to do what I've done, but what I would like, and this is the vein I feel this is for you, and this is your challenge with this. It's not always an obstacle, guys. It's just you're being told to adapt. The Temperance card is the grand adaptation card, spiritual management, understanding of other people, and compassion. And apparently you are those things. So this is what this person is asking, and it is a challenge because they seem to be very singularly minded, meaning they have a goal. And this 3 of Pentacles to me is an odd card to be telling you what they wanted. So what they really do want is they have a personal goal with you to return into your situation. There may be even some sort of advisement, possible money issue here. I want you to recognize that, in my opinion, you're being asked to look at what they're wanting from you and why this is a challenge. And thank you, Tatiana. She says I've been spot on about what's going on. So thank you so much. It's more or less the confirmation from the universe that you need to ask yourself, what am I being asked of, and why am I doing that? And can I trust the situation? So the other vibe here is know that you're being asked to identify to the universe what you really want. Like, do I really want to have something that is really more straightforward? Because what bothers me about this, and this is like where my spidey senses are all like, woo, there's something untrue. And with that high priestess, it almost makes me think of another woman, like I said, or a current situation that he is not talking about. And that's really what this is about. So, and she said she's so effing tired of being patient with him. And he will reach out, says he would reach out, but never does. And he plays this sort of game because, again, you're so nice. So don't accept this crap. I'll tell you. You inspired me by using the word of my generation. You know, the F word. Yep, I probably use that for so many different things. I will just tell you, girl, in this point in time, when someone's asking you to constantly adapt, he's kind of using you for whatever attention he can get, kind of too, as a vibe. Because what does that high priestess say to me is that there's probably another female in the situation that maybe very well he's taken care of or dealing with. So she said, guys, and this is important to talk about really quick, that she cut him off but can still feel his energy around. Oh, I can get that 100%. Do yourself cord cutting if you haven't already. Okay? Do a good cord cutting ceremony. Give it up to the universe. And know that, yeah, we will feel them. You're sensitive. That's probably why you were attracted to our group. I think a lot of us, male or female, okay? The soul is not male or female, I believe. But what do I know? I'm just telling you, my vibe is we're all energy. And I treat us all the same. Okay, meaning I feel everybody that kind of gets attracted to these things are trying to figure themselves out. They probably have some intuition. Most people do. There's probably a little bit of empathic vibe you have. So don't give in necessarily to the idea you've got to help people. You just don't have to. You just don't have to. And yes, she says, ooh, cord cutting. Yes. So it is so important to state to the universe that you're done and to detach. As well as, okay, guys, once we do this, she's going to get challenged. Plus, she's got to continually repeat, I mean this. And that means daily redirection. Don't think about this person. Try your best to fill your time with other things. Spiritually ask your ancestors to help you. I mean, I've humbled myself on every wavelength. I'm like, universe, I'm open. And I don't think I know anything half the time. That is just how it should be to a degree, because I want to be open to learn, because I'm just a student of life. And I want you to recognize, again, you are just growing, learning. Don't feel ashamed or bad about it, guys. You've had some experiences. Just keep learning from them. So thank you for your candor and honesty. I appreciate it. A huge shout out to everyone on Twitch. And again, you guys are so nice. Thank you. Well, Lord, that was super nice of you to say. You've been very supportive. And I just wanted to say again, go you, Al, for pointing out, which is don't let the institutions and things in life change you. And it is so important to recognize. It's a big theme in my life, which is why I try very hard to live my own vibe and my own morality and not let life change you. But hey, it is constantly mindfully looking at yourself, going, what am I doing and why? And when you get into it, you begin to see what triggers you, and you learn to understand that the world is going to be complicated. We just have to learn to ride the waves, find places that are good for us, things that bring us joy, occupations that we find fulfill our purpose. So, keep at it, Al. Thank you so much for sharing about everything, the crystals too. So, guys, I do have a list still here of the Watt Lord, who's been so kind, and Princess. And hey, Lisa DeWitt on Facebook. I missed that she was here. Aw. But I've been so happily engrossed over here with Twitch. Thank you guys. This has been wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and do a small break. So, guys, if there's anybody here who wants a reading, let me know. And when we come back, we'll do an inventory, we'll wind things up, and I will remind everybody of the next times I'm going to be on. So it's been fabulous. What a wonderful session. I'll be back taking a little break, guys. Thanks again. Just a quick reminder to those who are here. If you guys want a free reading, let me know. I'll be back. I'm just taking a moment to recharge my batteries and refill my coffee mug. A huge thank you to everyone. Greetings and salutations again, group. This is Little Falcon, and I'm getting resettled back in. I wanted to say a huge hello to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch today, and a big thank you for all your participation. We've had some new followers, we've had new friends, we've given some interesting readings, we've learned some stuff, and we've talked a bit about crystals, one of my favorite new topics. I am still just getting into that, Al, so I am a novice. I feel I'm working very hard on learning, but I feel practical application and taking my time with it and honoring the process is so important. So thank you for your input. I really appreciate it. Like I said, guys, I'm a student of life. I am always learning. And thank you so much for, teaching me stuff all the time. Hi there, I see someone hitting me up from YouTube. All right, guys, hello to YouTube. So we're doing our last few free readings. If you would like one, let me know. Right now, I'm also looking at a question from Al, if you are still here on Twitch. So guys, Al over on Twitch is asked a good question. Do I have any tips for better communication with spirit guides? There are a lot of ways to do that. I'm going to start with the thing that speaks to me the most for you, and this is a meditative technique to help strengthen your mind and quiet thoughts and help with focus. Here's the first tip for you. So guys, this is a visualization technique where you sit in a quiet space and you visual, and this is like the beginning lesson, okay guys? Well, see, yeah, thank you. So Al just mentioned, I'll get into this about his interest always having to be about, he was into that. His dad was into rocks and crystals. Awesome. Hey, Dogman16 on Twitch. So getting into my advice for Al. I'm very earthy too. My family was into birds and plants and stuff and all that. So thank you so much for sharing. But what I did learn growing up and from what we do, and we have been, focusing and trying to increase, spirit message, understanding yourself for many years, here is a good technique. And you've probably heard of this stuff, guys. So please don't feel offended if I'm teaching or talking to you something that you've heard before. But someone out there may benefit from it. So you start in a calm, quiet space. Some people can do this meditation with their eyes open, which I suggest you do and work into. Some people have to do it with their eyes closed, but to start to increase your focus, your sharpness, your ability to connect with spirit, and I was taught this, you have to sharpen and strengthen your mind continually. So when you sit and you're calm, you start visualizing something small, like a shoebox. You imagine all sides of the outside of the box, what it looks like, how it has a lid on top, and you imagine and visualize you're kind of looking around it, kind of like a spirit, guys. You're looking around it. You imagine how all the edges look as you approach it. You can see the flatness of the top, and remember, you're trying to be visualizing this. You imagine yourself opening the lid, and however you want to do that is up to you, but the concept furthers and deepens where you're visualizing the inside of the box. You can see as you venture deeper how there are 4 corners, and in each corner you notice a little bit of a shadow where the ends meet, so on and so forth, and you up your game to different objects and things, and you continually work on visualization, because what you're doing is strengthening your mind. And I know that sounds, like I said, contrary to what a lot of people imagine is a good first step to be able to connect with spirit, because then what you can do with your mind is you can indeed then take it to where it needs to go. So to get higher levels of this after you've meditated and you've started to strengthen your mind, you take it to the level of, I want to speak to my guides. You have to be open all the time to speak to your guides, by the way. Mine come through constantly whenever they want, but to get message and to be clearer, you have to clear and clean out the vessel. One is this mindfulness thinking where you are visualizing things. 2 is then when you're getting these together, asking, sitting, visualizing, speaking to your guides, opening up the platform, actually doing group meditative things, even though online is like what I do, because you had mentioned, you're not that good with people, but it's energy we're talking about. You have to find the right person. Online meditative groups that take you to the higher spiritual level just through, again, visualization, mindfulness, meditation, asking. And then I'm going to tell you, for each particular person, you have to find what works for you. But what you need to do is, like, I believe you've already been on this path, is go through all the possibilities. Keep exploring. So for me, the first steps was meditation. So when I get into the mindful meditation and I'm doing my visualization, I will see golden things. I will see all kinds of things that come from that. As well as, guys, there are divination tools people use to help their honing in and asking of spirit. But you yourself, okay, you're the filter. It's not the cards, it's you. It's not the divination tools. It's your energy with the crystals that you are using, those properties from the crystals. It's you. So once again, it's literally, you guys, going back to the most basic concepts of our energy and using our mind to have, first of all, our body has no limitation to our energy. This is a mindset to be able to open up. And now some people are trying to tap into the Akashic records, so on and so forth. I'm intrigued with that concept. I've tried before and I've been summarily dismissed. So that's my last point to you. When it is meant to be, Spirit will speak through you. Continue preparing the vessel. Continue doing what you need to do to make yourself mindful and joyful or aware in the moment, because there will be those times. And now, guys, it doesn't happen on command all the time. It doesn't. It just is what it is. And sometimes Spirit gives you such a diluted message or something a little different than you and anyone is expecting. So there's really no rules. I'm just throwing out a few things that I feel have been very helpful and whatever. Also, you guys are going to see how this goes. Spirit kind of takes control often, and just, that's my catchword for guides, for this energy, the voice that comes through me that is me, but I'm not premeditating it. So thank you guys so much for your patience. I know I talk. So, like I said, believe it or not, guys, I was shy and an observer for the first 20-some years of my life, not understanding myself at all. I didn't understand about being who I was, being an empath. I mean, that sounds normal. I mean, people have to learn, but I've spent my adult life trying to recognize these things in myself. Understand I've always been extremely feely, and it's so important to become mindful and to meditate and find ways, again, to make yourself happy. That's how you connect with Spirit too, and it becomes more open. So thank you for that. I just wanted to acknowledge we see some new people here. Like I said, hello to Dogman. Thank you so much. If you're interested in a free reading, let me know. And well, thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoyed that, Dogman and Al. Well, I'm just glad to be of service, guys. So we have Watlord, who has been so patient, waiting, and Princess. So Watlord, please step on down. Watlord has been so nice and so supportive, and I really appreciate that energy. That's what we try to bring to these groups. Right now I am triple streaming, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. So I appreciate everybody. Right now we're like, Twitch is on fire. That's where we're at, pretty much. So let me know what you're interested in, Watlord. So guys, I do have other decks today. Depends on what we're asking. I have the Rumi Oracle cards, which I believe are really good for spiritual, deep questions at times. We have the regular Rider-Waite. We had the Akashic Tarot, which we just did, which was cool. Again, thank you so much. And yes, Dogman, you're on the list. Please stick around if you have the time. I am humbled and honored to have some new faces. Okay, Watlord, what are you into today? What's your thoughts? And yes, guys, I'm heading to the water for a second. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember or were alive for old school Tupperware. We found these brand spanking looking new at the thrift store. I so believe in recycling. But as usual, today's live streams and them all are brought to you by Coffee. Stay wild, moon children. And you guys make this magical. So once again, humbled and honored. Thank you. We're waiting here to find out real quick what Watlord over on Twitch wants to talk about. Oh, thank you. And you did state it earlier. I appreciate that. The comments kind of disappear on this, unfortunately. After a little while, it's impossible. So thank you so much for your patience. So group, I'm going to read the question. So if you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can get it. Okay. So basically the story stands is that Watlord's girlfriend cut him and her closest friends off suddenly. And when she was asked, it looks like she's severely depressed, not in a good place, and with her family. So Watlord wants to know what to expect. And it looks like they've all been blocked. Oh my. That's sad. That is really sad. I'm sorry. So, and I'm not like, being facetious with that. I feel for you. Let's examine this and see, guys. So let's focus for our friend. Walk and talk of good spirit, open up. I would like his ancestors and mine to sit down at the table. Let's take a look here about his friend, girlfriend. What to expect. One last good shuffle. Thank you, group. All right, we're going to do 6 cards, okay? And we're going to get as much information as we can. What to expect and anything else. I feel a little bit of a heaviness around this for you. I do feel for you. And what I mean by heaviness, everyone, is there is the true sense that you've had this loss. And it's one of those things that happen that are so abrupt. It's like when someone has, a traumatic thing happen, like a car accident, someone suddenly passes and you just don't really know what to do. We see this sense here. This way you were completely befuddled and confused. So you've recently made some choices, I believe, to accept the fact that at this point she's closed off the energy. This is how you're walking into this. You're trying to be peaceful. I see this. You're trying to be understanding and caring. And in the current, I'm going to tell you, I do sense that you're hoping she will return into the situation, but you understand. I feel this right out. You understand what's going on. But let's get to what this means. And I'm not trying to shine on like false hope, and we're not going down some rabbit hole of extreme predictions, guys. We're here to talk about the energy. And the energy appears that she does want to come back into the situation. That is the current. She's missing you. The number 8 lets me know that there is cups of love still meant to be looked at, but right now her life is complete chaos. You feel this. There's so many things tugging at her, and I think that these are things that have to be dealt with. But I'm slightly not concerned about the environment she's in, but what I'm concerned with is the fact that it is kind of cut her off to everyone in her life, and at times that's needed, but at other times it's what's considered extreme actions. Like, you don't want to do things in desperation, and we're not saying she was desperate, but there feels a sense here that you're going to hear from her, but dust has to settle. So try to continue to be patient, because guys, I was so reluctant to show this card. So if you know me, or if you know anything about cards, that strength card is like the ultimate patient test. It's like the test of strength. You have to be so patient. Things are worthwhile and meant to be in life, guys, and they are difficult. It's arduous. And when you care, you have to be extra special, delicate, which you seem to know this, so you have to be patient. And I was like, oh no, patience is a virtue, right? As a mother, I said that way too much, and I'm a grandmother now, and thankfully they're toddlers, so we're not into that, but understand patience. It is so important here for you, because look, this card indicates something good. So this way, things were chaos rushed in, and I believe there was a catalyst that made her feel really super complicated and upset and conflicted about her life. And it made her feel like she had to run away because she didn't want to repeat a pattern. Because I really feel something has happened in her life that has come to surface. And when something, this catalyst, this trigger happened, she ran. Because in this card, it shows us it will be dealt with. You know, that whole family involvement, I'm a little slightly concerned with, and not in a paranoid way. But if we were talking privately, I would get into a little bit about that. And it's more like she has to think for herself. I know they want to help her, and I don't feel like they're bad people. But there needs to be a certain point in time where she is more independent, but that is not the time for that. So let's get into this. You are waiting. I want you to be very patient with this. This could take literally anywhere from a couple of weeks to a month or more for a response. But in the current, it shows her wanting to talk to you and missing you, which says to me soon. But that if you are, and it looks like he made the point I make, it is probably the greatest of all virtues. It is indeed. So, mind you, guys, when we see this, we know that this situation, there was a purpose to the separation. In the end, as painful as it was, she had to obviously face things. So, really kudos to you for looking at things in the bigger picture realm, which I believe the two of you will come back together. Okay? And then we did get a good comment here that he understood me. The timeline seems fine, and he said as long as she gets back and is okay and safe. Right, because that's the number one concern on your mind. I feel completely you want her to do things the right way, so let's talk about that. You know, that strength card shows that you have the ability to wait as well as the understanding of what to do and not to do. So keep at it. Thank you so much for waiting. I mean, really, you've been such a great contributor. Twitch, you guys are all so nice, and I really appreciate it because this is what makes these group events possible. Like, you know, if we're all nice and on the same page together, we can do this. And thank you so much, guys. So next up, we do have a Princess. If you're still here, let me know, Princess. And then it would be Dogman. And I think after that, we'll wind it down for the day. We went a little extra time because it's been so incredibly fabulous over here on Twitch. It really has. Thank you so much. Now, Watlord mentioned that someone close to her, a best friend, was losing faith. And the problem is in life, guys, that things always have to get a little worse before they get better. I mean, it seems kind of like the way, right? It just has to cycle itself out. And you can't get negative, you know. I mean, we can, of course, we can get negative any day we want. We can just go on a negative party and just, like, go live in that way. But we have to have an idea that the universe usually has some grand purpose with it and to try to relax about it. You know, a very Western philosophy we seem to have is that things need to be fixed overnight and to not wait and to not understand that. So remember, you are on the right path with this. So thank you so much. He said thank you, and I appreciate your energy. Next up, princesses, if you are here, this is your time. Otherwise, Dogman, please step on down. And yeah, I gotta tell you, between the water and the coffee, I'm well hydrated. I'm awake. It's been really good today. That Lionsgate portal energy had got me a little confused, but life is pretty, you know, guiding. And if you're open, so and I am, being the Pisces and all, I just go with the flow as much as possible. So let's see what we have here in way of comments. So we do see Dogman is here. Princess, if she comes back, we will definitely hit her. But it looks like she did follow. And boy, it was an hour ago. We've just been like really jamming out in this conversation. It's been awesome. So Dogman has here a question for us. So, and I do see you there, Watlord. And I do see a comment from Bone Lush. But right now, at this moment, we're going to head on back over to the comment of Dogman. Whoops, about to lose it. There we go. Okay. So, Dogman has a trading challenge to do so. Soon, excuse me. Basically a really hard test. And it normally takes people 2 to 3 tries to even pass this. This is your second try. So you're just wondering how your second try will go. Okay, excellent. So, let's focus for our new friend, Dogman. What I want to know here, and we're just doing the straight tarot because I got to tell you guys, It's going to give us the most straightforward answers about these type of questions. So here we go. Let's focus. How is that second time? We're asking the universe to open up, my ancestors and yours to sit down at the table, and a little bit of that walk and talk of good spirit energy. Please open the floor for us in a good way. So when I did the cut, there was only one card in the past, which is going to say to me something, and we're going to get into it, but hold on for just 1 second. We are pulling 6 cards. I think, frankly, that the second time is the time for you. I know they say third time is the charm, but, I'd like you to let me know if you can, if you see me again, if you so choose to participate, if the second time is the charm, because it shows to me that it is. It clearly shows with that one card that was pulled in your past of the spread, because that's how I do it. You knew that first one probably didn't go so good. It showed that you basically were like, well, I'm waiting to see how that went, and you find out, of course, oh, that didn't go so good. This is your past. Okay, so I think this one is okay, and he did say that he would let me know, and I appreciate you for that. And yeah, that was a pretty short one, but I'll show you what I mean, guys. So the answer card is the Knight of Cups, him getting what he wants. And this is the physical wish as well, guys. Yeah, it could be sensuality, but we're not talking about that. And it's letting us know that it is going to be extremely beneficial for your life. This is the harvest home, and you creating the vision you're looking for. So yeah, if you would let me know, that would be really awesome. It does show here that it would go well, and now it's using an interesting representative card. This is the coming and going of one's, dreams, hopes, desires in a good way, or the invitation to love. It's also a gentleman, but at this point, it is all green lights. So I am intrigued. Thank you so much for your contributions in the group. We are going to wind this up today. I am humbled, honored, and everything. And again, I'm just overwhelmed. I mean, I walk away from these feeling this sense that, yeah, I'm so glad to help people. But I'm also just humbled that you guys continue to return, that you like, follow, share if you're on Facebook. Again, thank you guys so much. If you've enjoyed today and you're on Facebook, please like, follow, share, give stars if you're feeling really sassy. If you're feeling super, super spunky, I have a subscription service on Facebook for just $10 a month. You get a private reading with me. You get 2 private readings in a group where basically it's just you and me, as well as you get 50% off all my regular services. You get to try out my new products, as well as we're going to do some cool prizes. So if I don't see anyone soon, do know I go live all the time. I know we all have conflicting schedules. I'm coming back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. And then Saturday, that's going to be our big group event at 11 a.m. Saturday, because that's when a lot of people can show. So this is probably one of your best times, Twitch. Thank you so much. It's been awesome. And hey, Depagram, it's been a moment since I saw you. Oh, and Boneless, I'm sorry, we're winding it up today. We've been going for almost 2 hours. I'm humbled and honored once again. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. and Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Guys, take care of yourselves. Really, once again, humbled, honored. Hope to see you all soon.